Welcome to today's video about the hidden trap of auto refinancing. Many drivers rush to refinance a high-interest car loan to grab a lower monthly payment. But the truth is that a smaller payment often comes from extending the term, which can cost far more in total interest. In this episode, we will break down total cost math, reveal hidden fees, compare strategies, and show a decision framework so you can make a confident choice. Now let's begin with the agenda to set the stage. Here's our roadmap. We will start with the big picture and then contrast monthly payment versus total cost. Next, we'll dig into hidden fees and how they show up. After that, we'll walk through an aggressive payoff strategy, explore a 0% APR balance transfer option, and discuss an insurance cost-cutting hack. We'll visualize decisions with diagrams, examine a detailed case study, test your understanding with quick quizzes, and close with actionable takeaways. With that in place, let's move to a quick but important disclaimer. Before we dive in, remember this is educational content and not personalized financial advice. Your lender may impose specific requirements, including insurance coverage and refinancing eligibility. Insurance options may be restricted by your loan agreement, and state regulations vary. Please consult a qualified professional for tailored guidance. Now, with the disclaimer set, let's look at why refinancing feels compelling at first glance. Refinancing can feel like an instant win because the lower payment frees up cash each month. This improves cash flow and can reduce stress. However, the smaller payment often results from extending the term, not only from securing a better interest rate. That extended term is where total interest can balloon. With that context, let's shift from feelings to numbers and examine the total cost math. We must compare total cost, not just the monthly payment. The remaining total paid on your current loan equals your monthly payment multiplied by the months remaining. Your remaining total interest equals that total paid minus your current outstanding balance. For the refinance, calculate the new monthly payment based on the new APR and new term, then multiply by the new term to get the new total paid. Subtract your current balance and include any fees rolled into the loan to determine the true total interest of the refi. If the refinance total interest exceeds the current loan's remaining interest, the monthly savings are misleading and likely come from extending the term. Having clarified the math, let's solidify this with a concrete case study. Let's apply the math to a realistic example. Suppose your current balance is $15,000 at 11% APR with 36 months remaining. The monthly payment is about $491. The total paid over the remaining term is about $17,676, and the remaining interest is about $2,676. Now, a refinance at 9.5% for 60 months drops the payment to roughly $315, saving about $175 per month. But the total paid becomes about $18,900, leading to around $3,900 in interest, which is over $1,000 more than staying put. If a $400 fee is rolled into the new balance, the payment is around $323, total paid grows to about $19,380, and the total interest plus fee impact rises further. Alternatively, refinancing to a 48-month term at 9.5% yields a payment near $378, with a total paid around $18,135, and a much lower total interest near $1,135. This shows that the term length drives most of the total interest outcome. Next, let's uncover where hidden fees tend to hide. When the quoted payment doesn't match your calculations, the difference often points to hidden costs. These may include origination or processing fees, as well as add-ons rolled into the balance such as extended warranties, GIP coverage, and service plans. Some contracts include prepayment penalties or costs associated with buying down the rate. Always request an itemized truth in lending disclosure to identify all line items before committing. With fees in mind, let's transition to an aggressive payoff strategy that can beat refinancing when your balance is already low. This strategy works best when your balance is already moderate or low, such as under $10,000, and your remaining term is short. First, list all debts and minimum payments and direct extra cash to the car loan as a priority. Automate an additional principal payment each month. Redirect windfalls such as tax refunds, bonuses, and side hustle income to principal reduction. Cut non-essential spending to free up extra dollars, and consider selling unused items to accelerate payoff. Avoid extending your term unless the total interest demonstrably decreases. Now that we've covered a payoff-first approach, let's compare pros and cons of refinancing versus paying off aggressively. Refinancing can lower your immediate payment and reduce APR, which helps cash flow. However, this only tends to provide total interest savings if you avoid extending the term significantly. In contrast, an aggressive payoff focuses on eliminating the debt quickly, generally yielding the lowest total interest without incurring new fees. It also strengthens financial habits and may improve credit utilization over time. With that comparison in mind, let's discuss a specialized alternative, the 0% APR balance transfer. A 0% APR balance transfer can be powerful for small, manageable balances. You may pay a 2 to 5% transfer fee, so you must calculate whether the savings exceed the fee. You must also confirm that the card issuer allows a transfer to pay an auto lender. The key risk is that if you fail to fully repay before the promotional period ends, the APR can jump dramatically. If you pursue this option, set automatic payments and multiple calendar reminders to ensure payoff before the deadline. Next, we'll consider an insurance cost-cutting tactic with important caveats. Reducing coverage to liability only can lower premiums quickly, but you lose protection for physical damage to your car. Furthermore, if your lender has a listen, they usually require comprehensive and collision coverage. Dropping below required coverage can violate your agreement and create serious risk. If you need savings, consider raising deductibles as a compromise rather than eliminating coverage. Always get multiple quotes and understand coverage gaps before making changes. Now, to tie everything together, let's look at a decision tree to guide your next steps. This decision tree begins by collecting your current balance, APR, months remaining, and whether your monthly budget is under pressure. If your balance is under $10,000 and you have fewer than 24 months left, the tree recommends an aggressive payoff instead of refinancing. If the offered refinance APR is lower and the new term is not longer than your remaining term, then refinancing can make sense. If your payment drops only by extending the term by 12 to 24 months or more, the tree flags the risk of higher total interest. It also checks for fees and add-ons that inflate the new balance. When the balance is small and you have strong discipline with a promotional window long enough to clear the debt, the tree allows a 0% APR transfer pathway. It also reminds you to review insurance only within lender requirements. The endpoints are clear choices. Refinance now, stay and pay off, use a 0% transfer, adjust insurance prudently, or rebuild your budget. Next, we'll visualize where each dollar goes in different scenarios. This pie chart represents the remaining payments on the current loan scenario. Out of approximately $17,676 in total payments, about $15,000 goes to principal, and roughly $2,676 goes to interest. While the interest is meaningful, it is lower than in scenarios where the term is extended substantially. Having seen the current loan, let's compare it to the extended term refinance outcome. This pie chart shows the refinance with a 60-month term. Total payments total roughly $18,900, with about $15,000 to principal and approximately $3,900 to interest. The share going to interest increases meaningfully due to the longer term. This highlights why monthly relief can conceal higher lifetime costs. Now, let's test your understanding with a quick quiz. Quiz time. Question: if refinancing drops your payment by about $175, but extends the term from 36 to 60 months at a slightly lower APR, what is most likely to happen to your total interest paid? Options: A. It will decrease significantly. B. It will stay about the same. C. It will increase due to the longer term. D. It will disappear because the rate is lower. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is that total interest will increase due to the longer term. Even if the APR is lower, paying interest over a longer period commonly results in a greater total interest amount unless you keep the term the same or shorten it. Next, let's try one more quick quiz about the 0% APR balance transfer strategy. Second quiz. Question: which condition is most critical for safely using a 0% APR balance transfer to pay off a small auto balance? Options: A. Long term, like 60 months. B. Ignoring transfer fees. C. Paying off the balance before the promotional period ends. D. Adding extended warranties for protection. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is paying off the balance before the promotional period ends. If any balance remains after the promotional period, the APR can rise significantly, often erasing the savings. With the quizzes complete, let's consolidate the most important lessons. The main ideas are straightforward. Focus on lowering total interest rather than just the monthly payment. If you do refinance, keep the term the same or shorter. Request itemized disclosures to uncover fees and add-ons. For low balances with short terms, an aggressive payoff strategy typically wins. 0% APR transfers can work, but require strict discipline and precise timing. Finally, any insurance adjustments must comply with lender requirements and your risk tolerance. Now, let's wrap up with a short summary and next steps. In summary, compare total interest rather than focusing on the monthly payment alone. Audit all fees and add-ons, and avoid inflating your balance with extras. Choose an aggressive payoff when balances are moderate and terms are short. Consider a 0% APR transfer only if you have a written plan to pay it off before the promotional period expires. Explore insurance changes cautiously and in compliance with your lender's requirements. Finally, let's close with a quick thank you and a call to action. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, please like the video, share it with someone who's considering refinancing, and subscribe for more smart money content. Share your questions and experiences in the comments so we can learn together and help more people avoid costly mistakes.